Hello everybody, it's Gwen. Welcome to my channel. I have a new flip through, a new journal, a new journal that I just completed. I have another one that I completed in an altered book that I'm going to do a flip through. I have it all completed virtually, but the cover, and it is an altered book. It is a chunky monkey. This is about 5 by 7.5 or 8. It is not a cereal box. I keep wanting to say cereal box. It's a Hostess box. Uh, the spine is about 2.5, about 2.25. The spine is 2.25. It has cotton lace that covers the spine. It's a 5-hole paddless stitch. I just can't talk. With uh, three signatures. I have covered the box with Prima marketing paper. Lavender was the name of the collection. The front of it has cheesecloth, and then I covered it with a tag, not a tag, with a pocket that I made that has been uh, inspired by Wendy's journal adventure. Um, it has in the pocket. It has a burlap tag. I bought the tag, and then I have and on the it has a garment pin with a cameo, pink cameo. This is just a pretty lady that's in there, and I think these are Artie Mae's. I'm not real sure, but I think they are. And then just um, it's a postcard, and on the back it has lines. Has I am roses flowers, and I did make this one here, but these are I am roses. And I'm slipping this down in the tag. I have secured it with sari silk, which I love. And when you open it up, the inside cover has a pocket. Now the covering for the inside is one piece of Tim Holtz paper. It runs all the way through. When we get to the back, I'll show you as well. Underneath the spine as well. This is a pocket that I made just out of some paper, and then I, of course, used a Martha Stewart punch on top. The pocket is just filled with various pieces of ephemera that I got, and some of these are Tim Holtz, uh, such as this. And there's a little tag that I made that says just a little something for you. This is a little booklet that I made. It's just part of the paper line, as you can see, like the outside. And it's just some blank pages that you could journal on. I did stitch it down on the machine, opposed to hand stitching, but it is stitched. Now this is the first, all of the signatures are enclosed in uh, the paper line, Lavender by Prima, uh, with a with a tab. Come on, be nice. There we go, with a tab. This is a paper clip that I made. I think I showed these the last time. This is on coin rolls. Coin rolls, 10s, 15s, 20. I think this is a dime set. And then I just use lace and a tag and a flower and some various things. And it just fits on the front of this cover. Now each one of the covers has a tab, and the tab has a grommet in it, and attached to the grommet is a ball pin or garment pin with a little trinket, and these were inspired by Wendy as well. I have an old McGill punch that punches these that punches those. Now inside on the first signature is a doily and a piece of calligraphy paper. Here is some stenciling, not perfect stenciling, not supposed to be. It's a Tim Holtz stencil, Flourish. Then we have another pocket that I made. This is an envelope folded a third of the way up or a little more. And I have taken that paper I mentioned. It's a lightweight paper I got on sale. either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It was ultra thin, but I absolutely love it. And I put it on the envelope, folded it up, put it on the front of the envelope. This is just a book page, and then I zigzagged all around it to make the pocket. This is some of Tim's, it's upside down, ephemera that I've added in here. And then just another little calendar card. This is another one of the burlap tags, and I think I got those at Michael's. And then I just put one of Tim's flowers, new flower. Well, they're not new anymore, but whatever. Turn the page. Here's a book page. Here's just a blank page, firstly, with my favorite stamp, or one of my favorites. It's a little frog on a little frog on a bicycle. I had a friend who passed not very long ago, and we called her Froggy. She got really sick. It's not funny, but she really did get really sick and lost her voice, and she sounded like a frog. And for years, we called her Froggy. And every time I see that, I think of Joyce, that we call our Froggy. Lots of paper. This is ledger paper. This is the inside of our signature. Now, this is Tim Holtz's paper that they no longer make, that I'm running out of. And then here's the signature. Now, I've done nothing to those. You could cut those off, whoever ends up with this, and staple this down the side, make a pocket to cover up the stitching, or leave it as so. This is an envelope by Sagrita's paper. Sagrita. This is the flap of the envelope that I've glued to the back of the page, and I just stamped around it. And then I left, I secured it along these two sides, but I left the top open, and then I've got a tag. Now, this tag is decoupaged tissue paper. This is Tim Holtz's new tissue paper on a roll. This is the birds, and they have flowers. And I think they have a third one. I'm not sure. I've got the flowers and the birds, but I'm not sure about another one. I love it. Absolutely love it. What I did, quite frankly, I took a whole page, an 8.5 by 11 piece of, well, it was a file folder. And then I decoupaged the whole sheet. And then I cut it down in tab size, and then I did the corners. Got a little tag on the top that says love, and it fits down in that envelope. I just love it. Now, this is a tag that I made. Oh, see, I have, what do I do? There we go. I have a new, made a whole bunch of these tags. This is a Graphic 45 die cut. The die cut is to cut pattern paper to fit on a tag, a real tag. Does not cut the tag, just the paper. I cut the paper, and then I drew around the paper, or drew around the die, and cut out some paper, some cardstock, and glued it too. But I do also have the real tags where I have decorated them as well. And it's just a flower and some pattern paper and lace and some pearls. And I've attached this. Now, this is a journaling page, and when you open it up, you can, not a journaling page, a ledger page. And then I have just also did some stenciling there. I have secured this with Tim's, and this is for some reason hard to get in here. I don't know why. Number one, they're teensy weensy weensy. There we go. So I've just secured that in there with a little clip. Here's another pocket. This is a Rita Donnelly flip. I did make the flower, but the flip is her idea. Now, this is another tag that I made, not enhanced, but encouraged or whatever by Wendy's tutorials. And this is a Project Life card that on the back I added a piece of paper, coffee dyed paper. On the front I added a piece of designer paper, and then I also stamped the little frog. This was gifted to me, this fabric roll, and I apologize, it's been a long time ago, and I just stapled that at the top as a pull, and that just slides down in here like so. My little puppy just joined us, and he's trying to get his bed ready. Here's the book page, and a blank page as well. Another blank. I left a lot of blank pages for journaling, and here's the back of our first signature with the doily and the calligraphy, and there it is. Now here's the start of our second signature. It also has the tab, has a little acorn on a garment pin, and when you open, now all my pages, and I've said this before if you follow me, all of my pages virtually are the same. I lay them out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I do 3 doilies. I do 3 this, 3 that, or whatever. So they're laid out virtually the same. Now they're embellished differently, but they're virtually laid out the same. So there is the doily and the calligraphy paper, and there is the stenciling on coffee dyed paper. It's all coffee dyed paper. There are some blank pages. Here's a book page. I think that came from the new book. I will do a tutorial. I mean, I will do a flip through on that and when I finish up the, and I'm not going to do a lot to the outside of that altered book, but and here are some more blank pages. This is also a ledger page, and we go here as the center of our second signature, and it is the same. You can do as you wish. Here is a flip out of a ledger, and I've stenciled on that as well. This is another pocket that I made from a cut off, and I just folded it up a third and stitched it and stamped on the front, and then I did, so there's a pocket in the back and there's a pocket in the front. And did stenciling to correlate, and here's the back of that page. Here's another Rita Donnelly flip. Now this is a piece of corrugated cardboard that makes, that you stamp. I cleaned off this piece of cardboard from a mailing, and then you clean all that off so you just have the ridges, and then you stamp it and use it that way. This is just a stamp that I have. This is another one of the decoupaged cards that I made from Tim Holtz's new tissue paper. And I stamped it on the back where you can journal, and then I put a grommet in it with a piece of twine. This is a little envelope, Yvonne's idea. Not Yolanda's, but Yvonne. She made this. This is a small size, and it's just a piece of cut off that I folded in thirds and then folded the top down to make like a little envelope that fits in there, and it is Yvonne. I said on one of my others it was Yolanda, but I was wrong. Here's just a little tag with a stamp. Love it. I love making these journals. And then we're back to the calligraphy paper and the doily. Then we go to our third and final signature front, and then there again is the tab, and this has love on the back and a little metal circle with a heart. And there again, it is virtually the same layout with the calligraphy paper. Here's a pocket. Now this pocket is different. Oh, I can't think of her name. She makes these pockets, and they're made out of envelopes, and they're corner full. You fold them corner and corner, turn them upside down, da 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 da. And I love them. And hers, when you folded it up, you could see there was a gap where you could see where the fold was, which I didn't care for that, but I'm sorry, but I just didn't. And then I wanted to cover mine, so I folded mine different, which gave the same effect as the double pocket at an angle. Because this is one piece of paper. This is one envelope. And then this is Edith Holden's paper. This is just a piece of cardstock. No, this is Edith Holden too underneath. You can't see it, with a doily and some, whatever it is, flour and all that. Now this, which I've sewn all the way around. I've sewed all the way around with zigzag stitching. And this is a takeoff between Wendy's journaling adventure and another gal's, and it is a book pages, 2 book pages put together. Now the way this is folded is so that the the text is all going the right direction where you could virtually read it on the front, not on the back, but that's okay. And so I sewed some ribbon on the front, and it's just a little envelope to slide in our double pocket. I love the double pocket. I made a dozen of them. And then I stenciled on the back. And then there's a book page, and this is just empty, 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 empty. The center. Here's another flip out from our oh, paper, you know. And then this is another Rita Donnelly that I just stenciled on, and this says, "Wishing you all things fabulous." This is just a little, I think I am roses that with lines on the back that you could journal on as well. Here's another stencil, Timmy stencil, the end of the book page. I got something in there. The end of the book page, and here is virtually the end of the third signature. Now here is the last pocket, and as you can see, that is the same paper that's on the front. I did stencil. I made the pocket just like I did the first one out of the same paper and the same Martha Stewart. This is a policy envelope that I made, and it's got the tie. And I made a dozen of them. It's from the same paper line that I'm using. I made the two little ties, the circle ties. Now, I've seen many people make these ties, and they work. They use grommets that go all the way through. They use brads that they have to deal with the legs, on and on and on. They have to deal with closing up the grommets on the inside, etc., etc. I make them a different way, all outside of the subject itself, and then attach it. I'm going to do a demonstration. I did one a long, long time ago when I was on Ustream, but I'm going to do another one. They're very simple to do. I love making the policy envelopes. So I've included one here in this journal. So it fits down, and you could put all kinds, there's nothing in there, but you could put all kinds of things with this little tag. And then the back is just plain, as I showed you before, with the spine. And then it is secured with the sari silk, which I love. And there you have it. There you have it. Whoops, there we go. I love making the journals. I really, really do. As I said, I've also I downloaded a altered book a week or so ago, and that has been added to my consignment area. CapturedOnPaper.com. CapturedOnPaper.com is not an Etsy, but it's a selling consignment place. It is featured and supported by Kathy Orta King. And if you go on there and something is new, it'll kind of come up on the first page. Then there's various pages, because there's all kinds of crafting items that's being sold other than books, but there are a lot of books as well. But there's paper and there's various things. If you go to search and plug in Gwen, Gwen, it will bring up my page, and I've got about 5 or 6 books on there now, and I will be adding this within the next few days. All the prices of my items include shipping in the continental United States, and so give it a view and see what you think. And as I say, there's other things on there as well. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this inspired you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I do like it very much. I will be back with the flip through on the altered book here pretty soon. And if you like this and enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you follow me, thank you very much. If you're new followers, thank you very much. And if not, I would be happy to have you follow me. I do periodically do flip throughs, and I may be doing a few. I've got some other items that I want to show that I may do some small um, what, what they call tutorials. I was on Ustream for a long, long time and did a 3-hour show once every 2 weeks on tutorials. So I may do a few of those. I don't know, but I do love making the journals. I do enjoy you coming on and leaving comments, if you will. I'd really appreciate it. If there's any questions you have about anything that's in the journal or how to do or a tutorial you would like to see, just write it in the comments down below and we'll see what we can do. So again, thank you so much, and I will be seeing you again in another tutorial, or another flip through pretty soon. Thank you so much and have a great day.